right. We'll be right back. Yep. Okay. All right. Ah, I almost totally forgot about this today. I worked today. I had a long day today already. It's only 3:30 and it's already been a long day. So today we're going to do the chakra sounds. Like today I'm a docent and then I worked right after that. So it just made for quite a long day. That kind of knocked me out a little bit. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to do the tune. So these chakra sounds I learned from my teacher. They are, you'll see they sound a little bit familiar when it comes to what they do, what they sound like. But they are not the seed sounds at all. So they're not the seed sounds you hear or that they teach on a lot of books and stuff like that. Those are powerful as well, but they're different. These are more physically resonant. So they physically resonate, vibrate the chakras. So when you do them, you will feel them over time. And I always tell people do these. They're simple, they're easy. Do them I did them every day for a month, several times a day. And that's when it took a little while. And then I started feeling them when I did it. I was playing around with them the other day. I can still feel them. So if you can't feel one, it doesn't necessarily mean it's open or closed. That's not the test. But if you have trouble being in tune with it, after a little bit of time, you might notice that you are having maybe an issue in that area. And it's a good idea that if you think after you've done them for a while, a lot of times when we were doing it, when we were training with these, you can hear it in somebody if they're having an issue. If you do these with them for a long enough period. But if you think, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling my throat chakra, for example, then you might talk to somebody and find out if you think you might have some issues there. Like, for example, if you're having a throat chakra issue and you're having trouble being vocal about something, or you're having trouble expressing yourself about something, then you probably do have work to do here. Or if you have trouble with the heart chakra, you might be going through grief. You might be grieving, or you might have just broken up with somebody, or a relationship ended, or something along those lines. Then you might end up feeling like you might, as you're doing this, realize that you have an issue with the heart chakra. So this will give you some basis for that. Okay, so we're just going to sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, pull the belly in. So there's a little bit of thinking about the spine And when you use the muscles and you use the body to line up the back so that you can feel the sort of supporting of your spine. Close your eyes. Chin slightly down. Okay, so we're going to start at the root. We're going to work our way up, and then we're going to come back down. Now notice when I sing that it might take me a couple of times to feel tuned, so you might hear that. And just notice when you do it that you will feel the same. So just jump in as you hear the sounds. It's not hard. The first sound is vu. The next sound is ra. The third sound is om. The heart is ah. The throat is ki. The forehead is e. The crown is silent. So we always give space for that. And then we'll come back down. E, ki, ah, om, ah, vu. Okay. Good. Just take a couple of breaths. Vu. Ram. Om. Ah. Ki. E. Iki Om Ram Vu. Let's do it again. Maybe a little bit quicker. Vu. Vu Ram Om Aki Iki Om Ram Vu. Vu Ram Om Ki Iki Om Ram Vu. Good. Let's do them one more time. Vu Ram Om Aki Iki Om Ram Vu. Okay, so a few things about them is they don't all have to be practiced together. So you could decide to just work on one. Sometimes for grounding purposes, it's good to go up to that chakra and then back down from that chakra, so that you are continually resonating all of them. So, as I had mentioned before, each chakra does build on the last one in a lot of ways. So, if you say have an issue with your root chakra, you're going to find that other issues are coming up in the upper chakras as well, because without a foundation, you don't have anything else going on. You have no energy going up here, or too much, or whatever. So you want to uh, keep that in mind. So you're working from the place that you are at. So if you don't have a balanced heart chakra, you probably are going to have issues up here because not a lot is getting past that area. So you want to work, you can come up to the ah and then work your way up. And this might go quicker once you've figured this out, but you just want to make sure that you're hitting all of them. You could just resonate one sound, especially if it's really out of whack. You could just resonate Om, because we use Om all the time. It's right there in the center. Um, so the center of your living being. So you could just pick one of these sounds. Maybe you want to really tap into your creative energy. So you use Ra. You just say Ra a lot. That's fine. Whatever it is. There's no real wrong way to do it, as far as I know. Um, each sound has a specific place that it's vibrating. So another thing that's helpful too is, as you're doing it, picture each area. And honestly, you don't have to do that to eventually feel the vibration, because I didn't realize that's what I was doing. And then I felt it one day. So you don't need to, but it does help if you want to. If you're tuning into the vibration in your mind, it will help you to notice, just to put your mind at the root, Vu, sacral Ra, solar plexus Om, heart Ah, throat Ki, forehead E. You just put your mind in each of these spots. Eventually, you're going to feel just what it's like to vibrate your root Oo, Boo. I can fully feel that in my tailbone. Ooh, Voo. And then Ram. I can feel it there. Om. Ah. Ki. E. So when I first started feeling it, I felt ah. Ki. I was like, what's that? And then I felt it here. Om. Ah. Ki. And then I felt it here. E. So I started feeling it happening up here. It was easier to vibrate the more subtle bodies first for me than the more physical part of my being. So then I started feeling it, lower and lower. So it really is, it pays to be persistent with this. And, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It does not mean that. It might mean many different things. So not feeling it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means maybe you're not tuning into it quite yet, or whatever. It's not a wrong or right thing. Yoga is about experimenting. It's about experiencing. So if you try a yogic technique that works, you keep with it, you do it. Or a pose, if there's poses, you find yoga poses that work for you, do them until they don't work for you anymore. You find yoga poses that you don't like, that you hate, that don't work for your body, you skip them. until you're ready to maybe try them again at some point. You're always willing to experiment, and that is really the key. Is yoga is about experimenting with your body, experimenting with different techniques to see what actually is working for you. And that is really key to understanding how yoga can work for you. There's nothing that you absolutely have to believe or have to do. You just um, you just give it a try. Give it an earnest try and see if it works for you. And some things resonate more with people than others, because there were things like chakras didn't really resonate with me for a long time. I thought they were kind of new age. I didn't really think they were. I didn't know, what they were until I did those sounds, and then I started to realize, oh, so, and I had my 500 at that time when I figured out I had already done my 500-hour program when I was like, oh, chakras are a thing. So, if you don't understand koshas or you don't understand the yamas or the niyamas, it's okay to put them down until you're ready for them. And when they resonate with you, that's when you bring them into your life. So, because you can't know everything all at once anyway. So um, you're not doing anything wrong by doing just a little every day. So that is my advice to you. So if you would like to do the sounds, do them every day, seated on something. Um, to start, you'll start to feel them. I did them in the kitchen earlier. I was standing, I could feel them, but I recommend sitting on something to start and then working your way up to standing as well. And just use them all the time until they become a part of you. So, tomorrow we'll be talking about some sort of mindfulness, body scan awareness type of thing. And we'll finish out the week with that. And um, then we'll be going back to being regular programming, as they say. But thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.